All right, Nashville Fire Chief William Swann is with us here right now with the Metro Fire Department. He's on the phone with us.
Yeah, Chief Swann, tell us how many times have your first responders been out to scenes since the last night?
Yes, good morning. Yeah, well, here at the Office of Emergency Management, of course, is umbrella under the fire department. Just a remarkable job that our crews have done since 10:30 last night to 7 a.m. There was a total of 911 calls, 2,800, over 2,800 calls that came in. 1,300 were 911 calls, and 1,500 were 1,510 were 8,600 calls. But as far as the fire department, we had close to 450 calls that were related to flooding.
Wow. We
had a total of 71 rescues as far as vehicle rescues. We had 130 altogether as far as water rescues that were made. So again, just hats off to the fire department, OEM, the Office of Emergency Management, the police department, and Public Works, and so many other departments that's just been working tirelessly. Right now, our crews are just evaluating. Now that the sun is up and things look calm, but again, the aftermath is things that we're concerned about as far as damage, property damage, and other things of this nature.
Chief Swann, we're hearing a lot of people comparing yesterday and last night's rainfall total to numbers we saw in 2010 with the 2010 flood. What is your experience at this point? What are you thinking when you hear those comparisons? Do you believe the same thing, that this is as devastating?
Well, if anyone experienced 2010, I can completely understand the anxiety or PTSD, if you will, of that event. I remember it very well, but our numbers are not, flooding numbers are not where they were then, and we don't expect them to get there. So at this current time, we feel pretty comfortable where we're at as far as the flood levels. We know things still have to peak, but speaking with the National Weather Service and working closely with our water department, we feel pretty comfortable at this point as far as managing. So now it's just clean up and making assessments and hopefully being able to do search rescue if need be. We've got crews at critical areas everywhere from Mills Creek, Whites Creek, of course the Richland, Browns, Seven Mills. These areas that we know that there are always potential flooding and get out of the bank. We're just now in that not recovery, but we're sort of just evaluating mode.
Chief Swann, what advice would you give people in your county right now?
Well, basically, what we try to do in any emergency is preparedness, and that's what we try to do before the event happened. Now that the event has taken place, it's just for everyone to do a quick evaluation of what property or damage loss. We're going to be setting up something through the Office of Emergency Management where people can do self-reporting of damage. This is critical, of course, if we need to move towards any type of emergency for the city or emergency for the state. And just call if there's a need. If it's an emergency, of course, you call 911, and we'll be there to make sure that we remedy or fix whatever problem we can. Stay put if you feel as if you cannot get out of your residence, then just call 911 and we'll make the appropriate response.
All right, Chief William Swann, thank you so much. Appreciate your time and all your hard work with you and your crew last night.
I mean,
thank you.
You look at those numbers. He said 2,800 calls, 1,300 911 calls.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a lot of responding that they had to do last night during the storm.
Yeah, hundreds of rescues as well. I mean, it's just incredible.